Hey everyone, Phobos here, coming at you with a build demonstration, and this is for the Tri-Incinerate Totem Ignite build. And the idea is basically to just stack a ton of Ignites on single target enemies with 3 totems and a bunch of chance on Ignite on hit rather, sorry, or chance of Ignite on hit. Using Incinerate, so it's non-crit, so you don't get any crit ignites, and I'm just going to be showing you a Xoph Breachstone here. For the auras, we run Discipline and Clarity are basically leeching to our ES, so. I'll have a more in-depth guide available, obviously. So right now we're running, what would you call it, faster projectiles, and for the boss you pretty much just run slower proj, and increases your damage by a shit ton. It's also fine to run Rallying Cry with this, but I actually don't have it in my setup right now for some reason, because I just kind of I ripped this character in order to basically get a 6-link Soul Mantle, because these are always cancer to get in the temp leagues after about like the first month or so, and I don't really like stripping characters, so I ended up just ripping this guy. Well, I ripped actually the original character and transferred a lot of the gear over to this guy who is already level 94, who has been saved, so just to kind of like see the full potential of the build, because I was kind of getting a bit impatient not being able to find one. My angers are leveling, those are kind of useless now, but the reason why I'm not running anger is basically just because when you run with the Rallying Cry, your mana tends to stay full, and that allows you to basically run Mind Over Matter. So right now it doesn't really look like Mind Over Matter is doing anything because I hardly have any mana, but when you have a proper setup, you can get a little bit of Moam action there, and it helps with basically chaos damage and stuff like that to mitigate that a bit. Of course, if you want, you can always run Anger. It's not a huge deal, but the DPS difference isn't really that huge because this build is mostly Ignite based, so it's more just about what the Anger would add to the Ignite, which isn't super impactful. Alright, almost out. So basically just gonna portal out to refill our flasks and do a gem swap here. Also refill our mana. And we'll put, slower projectiles. And I think we have everything. So we just throw that down. And the boss melts pretty quickly, as you can see. Just tons of ignite damage. I think that was pretty much everything, yeah. The other thing you can do with this, if you really want, is you can use a Scorching Ray, like self-cast, and you're not going to do any damage because you have Ancestral Bond, but you will apply the minus resist, so you can do that if you want, but it's not necessary in a lot of cases. If something has a lot of health, you can do it. It makes you kind of vulnerable though, because you have to stand there and channel it, obviously. So one of the advantages of totem builds typically is that once you kind of have your setup going, you just drop your totems, and then you can kind of dodge everything and move around. So it's going to be like a bit dependent on how dangerous the boss is, whether you want to use the Scorching Ray setup or not. Right now we're basically just using the Vol Lightning Trap, the Vol Haste for buffs, and then a Flammability. Flammability is pretty important to have quality as well, because it gives you extra Ignite chance, so yep, that's pretty much a quick demonstration of the build. I'll probably do a couple more of these Breach Lords or something, and maybe some harder bosses, but I'm going to be trying to focus more on making a couple more characters in the new Hardcore Legacy League and putting those in the channel, and then after that I may get back to this guy a bit and then possibly do some beta stuff. So anyways, thank you very much for watching, and hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll have the build guide up shortly, so keep an eye out for that. Thanks, and see you later.